watching.
You are watching.
You're watching. You guys are watching.
You're watching.
Watching Soulful Discussion.
So hi, how are you doing today?
Just well. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely, absolutely. How did our paths cross today? How do you and I just meet right now?
I was sitting in the shade next to the palm tree here in beautiful Venice Beach, California.
And it was right after you got stung by a bee, actually.
Yes, that just happened.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so, yeah, what did I tell you? What did I approach you about? What are we doing today?
I was asked a 3-part question.
Okay.
First part, my thoughts on feet, reflexology, and mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. You got them all three. In terms of mental health, right? Are there any topics that you kind of like research or you maybe like invested in?
Absolutely. Been in and out of rehab, IOPs, and kind of forced into it, but you know, it's an education in itself to learn about the mind and what makes us tick.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit we're gonna talk about today is like social media, like the impact of that, like dealing with anxiety, depression. I'd like to get your thoughts, like once you ask a question. What about reflexology? Have you ever heard of it before?
It makes me think of the mats with the stones in it.
Okay.
When you can, like, back to feet, you walk on them and you hit all these like pressure points.
Yes. So yeah, you're really close to that. So we'll dive in a little bit deeper, and I'll get your thoughts about that as well. Okay.
Very cool.
So let's start with the first question. Okay. What are your thoughts on how the world has become more aware of like mental health? Like how we started to
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about feet.
Not yet. Not yet. We'll get
Mental health, it's a crisis, as we all know, because nobody talks about it. And even now that we're starting to talk about it, we're still not quite really connecting over it because we're talking about it over social media, let's say. But there are places where I've, like in AA meetings, I've seen people really sit down, human to human, and connect with each other and talk about the serious things that go on in our lives, and go up and tell their entire life story. And that is literally some of the most healing stuff for me is to see people just talk and openly. And I really wish that was something that existed outside of the rooms.
I think that the world is starting to become more aware of it. Like I've talked to a couple people about this, and they're like, maybe about 15, 20 years ago, like you started talking about mental health, people thought you were crazy. Like as soon as you like mention it, it's like, oh, I got these issues, and they're like, no, something's wrong with you.
The fact that we're raised by said people.
Exactly, but now I think we're starting to get to the point now where people are starting to become more comfortable with like, hey, I may have some issues here, and like, it's okay for me to talk about that or express that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's okay to not be okay.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah. What are your thoughts about social media and how do you use social media?
I'm not really on social media.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll definitely check in on Facebook, if anything, just because it's there, and I like to scroll through something. But otherwise, I just know for myself that for a very long time now, that's just not the best thing for me and my mental health. Personally. So.
Sometimes it doesn't help you. Absolutely. If there was one thing you could change about social media, what would it be?
Man, that's a really great question. Let me think about that. So,
yeah, go ahead.
I would probably, man.
Yeah, because it's such like it's like a broad question, right? And there's so many different things that maybe would like make it better. I also heard somebody tell me like maybe changing it would make it worse. Like maybe if you took something out or altered something, maybe it'd make it worse. So yeah there's that too.
If anything, to make it safer for people. Yeah. It can be wild, and I don't even know. We're all trying our best here, right?
I mean, at least you hope so, right?
And the people who make the social, I hope that they're doing their best too.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some things that like sometimes can bring you anxiety? You don't have to go too in depth, but just like more surface level.
Definitely like family and financial security.
I think that's for everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not knowing like what tomorrow, like what you'll be able to do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. and yeah, not only financial insecurity, but just insecurity in general.
What are some steps that you take though, like when you're like experiencing that? You have that going on, like,
Self-affirmation.
big one, right?
Absolutely.
I hear that a lot, like the people who like write it on their mirrors and different things like that, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. My girlfriend, she has like her and her mom. They have a board, and they'll like literally each month like write something like new on there, like just a bunch of different things that like are affirmations that they look at every morning. I thought that was really great when I first went over and saw that. I was like, oh, okay, that's great, man.
I like to write things like that kind of keep myself in check. Like, what is the cost? What is the function, and how is it serving me?
Got it.
And that I can apply that to everything in my life. Like,
that's dope. That's dope. All right, let's get into these questions now. You were eager to jump at these earlier. How do you feel about your feet? What are your thoughts?
I think they're cute.
Okay. So you like them? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Some people, it can definitely, all feet are different.
They are, and that's why I called my channel Soulful Discussion, so a double entendre to like the soul and the sole of the foot. Everybody is different, right? So yeah, absolutely. Have you ever received any compliments on your feet before?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And are we talking men or women?
Both.
Okay. When you get a compliment about that, how does it make you feel?
Kind of weird, because it's like I like have Egyptian feet, I guess.
Oh wow, you know about the different toe alignments.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Where like none of my toes are bigger than my big toe.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel kind of like, oh, I wish everybody could have that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's like for most people, it's like what they would call aesthetically pleasing, like in terms of like it's like that whole like foam bar, like big to small, always great. So in terms of like those compliments, right? Do you feel any different if it comes from a man than if it comes from a woman? Like if a man says you have nice feet, as opposed to if a woman said that, do you feel differently about it?
Yeah, I immediately assume super kinky or something. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's a lot of women who, believe it or not, who are also into that same thing. Like, believe it or not, I actually interviewed a woman who actually like told me she was dating a guy and she was like she would have stayed with him just because he had nice feet, and she was like that was like the one thing she would have stayed with him for, and she was like, yeah. So
definitely takes two to tango. Like you don't
absolutely
just develop that on your own. There's always another person.
What are some things you do like to be complimented about? Like you said, like getting compliments about your feet are kind of weird.
I think honestly, if I were to be complimented on anything, it would be my feet.
Oh, okay. So you would like to get complimented, but it still feels weird?
I don't really like compliments, so I guess if it's my feet, I can say this for my feet. Everything else is too personal, I think, because my feet are a little.
Yeah, your feet are a little bit different, right?
Some people it can be like very taboo because we keep them in shoes and socks and
absolutely
see them all the time.
In your opinion, what is something that like would be a deal breaker for you in a relationship? Like if you were in a potential partner or if you were dating someone, like what's the deal breaker for you?
Bad hygiene.
That's a big one. I think that's a big one, and like I think you're the second person who said that. Like who's like, yeah, bad hygiene, like can't live with that. Like absolutely.
Yeah. Man, I could probably think of way too long.
Yeah,
of a list
a whole bunch of other ones, right? But yeah, that's the one. Okay. How often do you get pedicures?
Not enough.
All right. What's your favorite color to get like when you do go?
Something metallic.
Something metallic. Okay, cool. Have you ever heard of a medical pedicure before?
No.
All right, so medical pedicures are like when you go see a podiatrist, basically. It's a specialist of the foot.
Oh, when you need some help, like
not
Ingham.
Quite. So there's also other reasons why you can
Aesthetics.
go. Yeah. So like basically, podiatrists know like exactly the way our nails are supposed to be cut. Like sometimes when you go to salons, like you can't get an ingrown toenail because they'll cut them incorrectly.
Oh yeah.
But podiatrists know exactly the way you're supposed to go. They take a look at your toe alignment. They check your feet to make sure you don't have like dead skin or fungus. All that. They do it with medical grade equipment. And it's like, yeah, it's supposed to be like the best experience. Like a couple people who have, I interviewed a woman who actually told me about that, and then a couple of people watching my channel have gone and got it done. They're like, life changing. So, what are your thoughts on possibly going to like see somebody like that, like to like?
That'd be really nice, especially maybe if they have like a detox kind of thing.
Yeah,
like, I'm a smoker, and I feel like it affects my nails as well. So maybe they can do something.
Something to help you out there, huh?
Yeah, I'm open to anything spa related.
Sweet. How often do you wear like open toe shoes, sandals, flip flops?
Right now I'm wearing some Valentino
Absolutely.
Sandals.
So how often do you do it though? Like, is it due to the weather? Is it like more of a thing where you're comfortable with it?
Usually, so yeah, when I feel comfortable, usually I'm wearing like combat boots, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Doc Martens or?
Yeah, it's just like black boots, you know, like.
Is that more your style?
My style changes like the seasons, so.
Nothing wrong with that.
More than the seasons. Yeah, so really it's how I'm feeling. If I'm in more of a hippie mood, I'll definitely wear some sandals.
All right. You go barefoot, no shoes.
There's been times where I've announced shoes for months.
Really?
Yeah.
For months?
I walk around everywhere, but I live in like Agora Hills, and it's kind of like hippie suburbs up there, and we just sometimes just don't wear shoes and take hikes and write poetry.
Okay. All right. So now, can we see what your feet look like?
Oh yeah, why not?
All right, cool. If you could just sit and then like bend your knees so that we can see like, okay, and these are, you said your Valentino sandals?
Yeah, they're like almost $1,000 shoes.
And what size shoe do you wear?
I'm an 8.
Size 8. Okay. Cool. So you're like right in the middle in terms of shoes. Is it hard to find shoes usually, or is it kind of?
Not really.
I feel like if your foot is too big, it's hard to find them.
True, yeah.
And if your foot is like right in the middle, like right at the average.
It's hard to find cute shoes. All the cute shoes are in size 6.
There it is. Yeah, that is so true. Let me get you to kind of turn this way a little bit more. Like you could actually put your back towards this way. Actually, yeah, facing this way. Yeah, there we go. All right, yeah, that way we can kind of get a little shit. And then can you take the sandals off?
Oh yeah, why not? They're really dry, my feet. And they have some fun imprints now.
All right, cool. And then extend your feet out this way. Oh, this way. Turn a little bit more. Turn your legs. There you go. All right. So how you feeling? We're kind of going through this whole spot, and then put your toes up like this. Yeah.
I'm chilling.
How you feeling? Like, still cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I know it's not always easy, like, when I go out and do this, and, like, some people, like, tend to feel uncomfortable when we get to this portion, but you seem to be, like, a little bit more of an open person. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty relaxed when it comes to that.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just exhibitionist, I guess.
Cool. All right, and then leave you shit, we're going to go through a couple more exercises, okay? All right, so let's get into, like, a little bit of mental health. So I want to kind of ask you about, like, when you experience things in life, right, that come at you, like, at 100 miles per hour, like, unexpected situations, right? What are some steps you take to kind of deal with that? Because, like, even with this interview, right? You had no idea I was going to come up today. Like, probably the last thing that entered your mind. Like, somebody could come up to me and ask me to, like, do an interview for YouTube. But, like, how do you deal with those, like, types of things?
Things that come out of nowhere. Like, I was in a car accident just last February.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm finally healing myself after extensive, like, epidurals and chiropractic. Now I have a neck chiropractor. And he literally just fixed me like yesterday.
Oh, wow.
I have like one or two more sessions left that I need. And really it's just like strength of mind and back to the self affirmations and really just, you know, I passed I don't know, like a homeless man just today and I wondered like he's just there like on the sidewalk picking his toes and stuff, and it just made me think like, cause we all have that in us to like be, you know, want to just lay down and do nothing and just give up, but what keeps us moving forward, you know, sometimes people could say that it's like a higher power, there's something guiding me, there's something in the universe that tells me that I need to be doing this and to take it step by step. And even if they're just baby steps, you have to keep moving forward, because if you're not, you're moving backwards.
Yeah, are you standing still? And I actually wonder sometimes which one is first, right? Moving backwards or standing still. I think sometimes we do need to stand still, because sometimes like things that are maybe too fast for you to go fast. That's important. Yeah. As opposed to like taking those baby steps. But I wish, like I said, we could something else like this. It's really rough.
It'll pass.
Absolutely. That's like buried in here pretty good. Anyway, so let's talk about reflexology. So you kind of like hit the nail on the head, like deals with like the different pressure points we actually have in our hand and our feet. These pressure points like correlate and like connect to different parts of our body. So like through massage, acupuncture, acupressure, you can actually like alleviate stress and tension throughout your body. So, for example, if you like deal with migraines, of course, you foot to massage that will like alleviate the tension that you feel when you have those migraines. You got a shoulder strain, another portion. And
that's what they did in my
exactly.
training.
Yeah, and it's like it's all mapped out like basically like almost like you're looking at a map of the United States. Like it's like these different domes, and yeah, it's supposed to like promote like good health and help you with health. Like, what are your thoughts about the holistic approach of that, like, and how it can be helpful to you?
Even if it is, even if it works like 10%, it's worth a try because the mind is so powerful that it would probably fill in that an extra 30% on top of that if you truly believe that it's helping you. But I've definitely really enjoyed those stone mats. I don't even know what they're called, but you could probably build one yourself with some concrete and some stones, and you just step on it, and you don't even realize. Like, I don't even know. It's so nice.
So relaxing feeling.
And yes, hand massages too are really nice. And I'm an artist, so like I use my hands a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes I get scared because, especially with whatever was going on with my neck, it was messing up my it was messing up my hips. It was messing up everything. It's like one of my legs was like an inch longer than the other because all my muscles on one side was tight. But it's really, I don't even know. So I was kind of scared I was getting like arthritis because I was feeling pain, but I guess I wasn't. And our hands and feet are so important, I think, like to take care of just as much as you would your face or your organs.
And things like that, yeah, it's just as important as that. Yeah, absolutely. I like those things that you said too, and I know, like, man, like a lot of people who I've like been around, who've had to get like basically like deal with like different rehabs and stuff like that because you have an injury or whatever like that. Definitely helpful to get those massages and things like that, man.
Yeah, because it promotes relaxation and stress is the number one killer.
Absolutely. So with that being said, right, how ticklish do you tend to be?
Oh, super ticklish. But not really.
Scale of 1 to 10, what are we talking?
Honestly, probably like a 3 because
3.
I like mind over body.
Got it. Do you mind if we test it on camera?
No? Thank you.
Okay. Got it. Understand. I completely understand. All right, could you start your feedback out and get you to do a couple exercises, and this is test like dexterity, like if you like have fluid motions and things like that. And stretch your legs all the way out, like how you had them before, and then toes up like this. Okay. And so the first thing I'm going to have you do is bend your toes over, make a fist. Tell me if you feel any pain or discomfort while you're doing that.
No.
Anything? Easy?
Everything.
All right, relax. All right, and now let me get you to spread your toes. Tell me if you feel any pain or discomfort while doing that. Spread them. Easy to do, hard to do?
Easy.
Okay, relax. And the last thing I'll have you do is wiggle your toes for about 10 seconds. You tell me if you feel any pain or discomfort while doing that.
No.
Easy?
We're good.
Cool. All right, so let's wrap up the interview now. In terms of my approach, when I walked up to you, I know it's super random. You didn't expect to see me, but in terms of my approach, was it good? Was it bad? What were your thoughts about my approach?
You just seem like really genuine dude who really needs who needed somebody to interview, and that's me. So I'm actually the one who's grateful to be interviewed because I'm kind of lonely.
You did say that. So hey, we kind of help each other out. We dissected and like connected like at the right time, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely. In terms of the interview as a whole, right, from start to finish, did you see how everything was like going in a line? Did it make sense to you? Did you learn anything new from the information?
Yeah, definitely the medical pedicure, and it's just always nice to talk about things, and especially even if it gets out to somebody else and maybe help them, whatever I may have just blabbed in the last 5 minutes.
Absolutely. The last thing that I'll ask, from a mental health standpoint, a life lesson that maybe you learned, some wise words somebody once said to you, that you can say to my channel that might be helpful. It could be anything.
Don't look for anything outside of yourself.
I like that.
It's all right here. Like, nothing. Nothing.
I like that.
Yeah. We have the power.
There's another quote that I heard. I don't remember who said it, but I remember reading it, and it was like very powerful for me. And it was said that like all the gods, all the devils like are in you, right? Like you have the power to like, you know, do a lot of the things and like, you know, sometimes
so powerful.
exactly. So thank you so much.